Yeah, so we've brought more polluted oxygen up here for these guys to do their thing on, so that's fine. We can now go ahead and start continuing to dig out this area here. I think we got our slime and slime lung situation under control. The space heater now, how much is it? 120? Okay, so that's no problem. And it's producing enough heat to keep this above 35 degrees, so that's good. That's good. We're getting a little bit of oil, slowly but surely. So welcome back to this quirky base builder. For anyone new, I play games for the storytelling and challenge, which generally means taking my time, trying to stay thematic, and avoiding exploits. If you prefer min-maxing or speeding through content, then my stuff may not be for you, although you're welcome to join us for a while to find out. Oxygen Not Included is a game I played a few years back, but not really enough to get good at it. I understand it's gone through quite a few updates in the intervening time, and I'm doing this playthrough largely to find out what fun little nuggets the developers have added. I play ONI differently than just about anyone would advise. We've set all the difficulties to their highest setting, which is normal, but instead of picking a good set of complementary dupes with appropriate traits, we just use the first the game threw at us, which sets us back a fair amount and will cause issues when their negative traits kick in more and more, but that just makes for a more interesting story. If I haven't lost you yet, sit back and enjoy some quirky, chill base building, or grab the seed from the first episode and play along. Alrighty, so it feels like we are a little bit overdue on our Oxygen Not Included playthrough here. So, a couple things that you all pointed out. Actually, let me pause here for a second. So, let me examine here. There was a comment that our wall, that we've got a wall in the wrong spot up here somewhere. So what we're doing here is we are taking... What are we doing here? You know what? Maybe it's just that I need to build a wall here. If I build a wall here, that would... basically... I'm gonna have to think about this for a second because I don't remember exactly what I was planning when I built all this. I did know that I wanted to keep the natural gas down here. First of all, let's go ahead and do this one. We don't have to turn on. This one I think we will turn on, however. Let's go ahead and re-enable him. He's going to pump natural gas up here and back into here. This is dormant, so I don't have to worry about the air pressure in here for the time being. I just want to get to the point where there's not just tons of natural gas collecting right here so that every time this door opens up, it fills up down here. This is not a long-term solution anyway, so and by the way, when will this start erupting again? It looks like its next activity is not for another 76 cycles. Okay, so we got quite a long time before we have to worry about this. So, yeah, for now, let's just try to clear this out. Get the natural gas out of here and over back into this area right here, as well as some of it can go ahead and creep up here. Currently, we've got 355 kilograms of natural gas. It's got some food poisoning in it. That's it's a bit disconcerting. Why do we have food poisoning germs in our natural gas? I don't know, and I'm not going to overly worry about it. I'm not going to stress about it too much. What we may end up having to do is we may end up having to pump natural gas through a chlorine environment as well to clear it out, but we'll worry about that at some point down the road. So that's one thing that I want to do here is start thinking about a longer term solution. And when I get to the next thing that I want to, or not the next thing, the third thing that I want to talk about for this episode, it will make sense why I'm not going to focus too much over here. And has to do with the slime. Okay, so second thing is down where our volcanoes are, or excuse me, our volcano. Where's my liquid copper volcano at? All right, buddy. I know you're around here somewhere, and I don't remember now exactly where you were. Oh, it's right here. Okay. Of course it is. Okay. So down here, this could be, someone pointed out, this could be a good place to actually put our, what have you, our slickster, right? So our slickster right now, where is our oh, here's our slickster right here. Okay. So we got one slickster right here. It's barely hot enough right here for him to do his thing. Do we have even the right gas? We do at least have carbon dioxide here for him to eat, so that's good. But this is kind of a yucky. I think we want this area to be a sterilization area, not so much a slickster area and a sterilization area. It's just kind of ugly right now. So if we relocate our slickster down here, then that would be good, because this volcano will produce lots and lots of heat. As long as we can kind of stop the heat from making its way all the way up here, we can just use it to help with the slickster. This is actually a natural repository for carbon dioxide gas to keep coming down into, not to mention there's plenty of it already for the slickster to eat. So this is probably long-term a much better location for him. So now, third thing is we are surrounded by slime. And now that we've kind of got at least a place to put the slime with the slime lung germs to be able to sterilize the slime, then that's a good thing. It's not super convenient. Might want to try to figure out a more convenient way for dupes to be able to bring the slime over here. But in any case, it's here now. We may as well start making use of it. So we'll start small. We'll test it out. We'll see how it goes. But we're going to start clearing out the slime, hopefully without bringing slime lung into the base. Because once slime lung gets into the base, then you could be in quite a lot of trouble. So, so that's three things already, and then the fourth thing is we've got some exploration to do. I do want to start getting into sort of the lore of the asteroid here. So that means getting through this door and into this area, and we might see a door down here, but I don't really see anything worth exploring immediately down there. There's like desks and other little areas where you can discover lore. I guess that's really the only one for right now. But we'll find more as we continue to expand farther and farther. Yeah, I guess I'm not using any mods, by the way. That's probably obvious to those of you who are more knowledgeable about the game than I am. But so this is as far out as I can actually zoom. We do have another object here, which is quite interesting. Right in the middle of this cold biome, there's something right here which actually might heat it up. So that's something to watch out for. Okay, and I learned my lesson down here. These are not the, with the volcano, these are not the correct two tiles to dig out to identify whether or not, to identify an object, because even these two were obviously enough to actually activate this object, so have to figure out another way to identify it without actually activating it. Okay, so we got exploration, we got slime, we've got natural gas, and we've got chlorine, sterilization, and we've got slickster. So we've got 5 real objectives, and the sequencing that we want to do that is, I believe, we want to start clearing out the slime first, and that will then open up possibilities for building things like the slickster area down here. So let's just take a real quick look here at our slime. Yeah, lots of it down here. I think, like I said, we want to start out a little slowly So let's pick an area that's going to be a good place to do the slime test. I think we'll do it here. Okay. Not really desperate. How's the temperature over here? It's not actually. This temperature over here is quite nice. It's quite pleasant. It's a little bit warm in parts of it, but it gets colder again over here, and that's probably because there's a cold biome over there. Okay, very interesting. So if we clear all this out, that gives us access to, you know, we can explore this in the process, but it gives access to a whole lot of very workable area over here. So what we need to do is we've got, I'm going to go ahead and start things back up again here while I'm talking. Let me just make sure that everything is functioning smoothly while I continue talking. I think he's going to turn this on first and then maybe start doing the... Yeah, so a little bitty bit of natural gas escapes through every time they open up that door. This I could actually move down a little bit. I may want to do that. Yeah, he's going to go ahead and build this wall, it looks like, as well, so that's good. And we're going to pump out of here. Pump the natural gas out of here, back into here. Looks like there's plenty of open air pressure for us to keep the pumping here, so that's good. We do have... Let me take a look here like this. We are pumping things here. We're pumping natural gas here. That has no... Let me take a look at the germs here. The germs are very slowly going down, so that's fine. Okay. Not fast, but it's going down. At least it's not going up. That was my bigger concern. Okay. Alrighty, so back to over here. We're building these things. So these things are basically... We want to set direction right. Direction right. Ashkin the scientist earned a skill point. See, this is the thing about talking, planning, and letting the dupes keep doing things while you're doing all that, is that you constantly get interrupted by really interesting stuff that you want to stay on top of. So we have 10 requirement for morale right now. Based on our skills, we have 25 morale. So we've got enough morale that we could go ahead and do this. Now he's up to the point where his requirement, his minimum requirement for morale is 12, but he's sitting at 26. And it looks like we're pretty consistently up close to 20 with just about everybody. So I think 12 is fine. We've got other dupes that are at 12. As long as we don't let things get out of hand, we should be okay from a morale perspective. Now, as I was saying, you need to be pointing right. You need to be cleaned out as soon as possible. And you need to get built. Okay. And then what this means is whenever anybody comes from this area down here, or this area over here, I'm going to go just continue to delete this ladder. Slowly but surely. So whenever anybody's coming from this direction, most importantly, which is where the slime is going to be, they're going to have to wash their hands before heading back into the main part of the base. I'm going to go ahead, that bleach stone up there, I'm going to go ahead and turn on the bleach stone as something we want to keep track of. Got too many things right now that we're keeping track of, but it's all good. It's all good. Let's go ahead and I'm just going to copy the settings from here onto here. We will speed up here in a second. I just want to make sure... Ooh, this is bad. We're out of power. There we go. Alright, so our power grid is starting to show some age. We need to improve our power grid, and I've got some ideas as to how to do that, but don't think we're going to have time to get to it this episode. Now, Ashkin the scientist, he's got heat stroke, right? Yeah. I do want him to continue the analysis here, though. He's just going to have to buckle down and get through it, because I want to finish the analysis on this geyser. Okay, now back to over here. With those three things built, We are going to start heading over in this direction. All of this slime needs to go. I'm not going to worry about everything else for right now. I just want to worry about the slime. So let's do this. Let's make sure, oops. Let's make sure that we're getting all of the slime dug out. Okay, looks like this is the top level of the slime over here, so we'll do it all the way to here. And we'll get him. We'll start digging down from here. I just want to start at the top and dig downwards because it's easier to do that way without having to build the scaffolding. Okay, and then as we get that slime, we do have this prioritized to hold bleach stone. We want to also prioritize it to hold slime. Nicola the Chef earned a skill point. Okay, so Nicola the Chef as the backup doctor. I see no reason for you to not go ahead and have this. So we'll have 2 different doctors on duty. Where's my Joshua the Doc? What are you doing? You're going to do some tinkering as well. So maybe what we'll do here with Joshua the Doc, we may end up making him Joshua the Mechanist and have him primarily... Oh no, he's already got this as well. I don't know. I may not want to take anybody above 12 for the time being until we have reliably high enough morale. I don't want to press my luck, in other words. Choose a blueprint. Okay, so we've got pufflets. That's always a possibility. Excuse me, you're going to hear me drinking coffee every once in a while. Gold amalgam is normally quite valuable, but since we have a gold volcano, no longer that big of a deal. Okay. Alright, so supplying, farming, building. I don't want Harold here because Harold is a slow learner. I don't know for sure. Yeah, so it's I don't need another researcher, obviously, but I don't like the minus 30% skill leveling. Although it's not, I guess it's really not that big of a deal, but I don't have an immediate need for decorating or ranching anyway. Supplying, farming, building, those are generally pretty good, but he's got a bottomless stomach. I don't think we really have major food issues at this point. We can always use another supplier. I mean, really all 3 of these things are quite good. I think I'm gonna take Rowan here. Before I do, let me pause. From our bed situation, we got enough bedrooms for him. Oops. Okay, so we got... What do we have? We have 9. We have 9 bedrooms. We have 9 dupes. Oh, so we don't have enough bedrooms for him. This is already assigned to somebody. Ari the farmer. So it is. So it is. Okay. Do we really want a 10th dupe? We've got a mess table for him at the very least. We could very easily make another bedroom for him. That's not really an issue. I think maybe that's what... Let me just double check the skills again. Do we have everything covered except for the suit sustainability training line here? The, you know, heading all the way up to here. This is something that we're going to want to have in time, but we've got plenty of time before we have to worry about it. I don't feel like pufflets. That's the other option here. Pufflets are not really... They excrete lumps of slime with each breath. It's not like we don't already have tons of slime available to us. We just have to dig it out and sterilize it. So, I'm going to go with him. I'm going to go with Rowan. We're going to make him Rowan the Renaissance Man, can I fit all this? Rowan the Renaissance. Nope, can't fit it all. Okay. Rowan the Jack of all. I'm just going to call him Rowan the Jack of all. So he's good at supplying, farming, and building. I'm going to call him Rowan the Versatile. It's only a matter of time before Jack of all would have gotten on my nerves and there wasn't enough room to type in Jack of all trades. So we're going to call him Rowan the Versatile. We're going to go ahead and select him. We can live with decreased calories. Rowan the Versatile, you have earned a skill point. We are going to start you off with carrying and improved carrying 1. You're actually the first one that we have that as your specialty. Do we have a gopher? We don't have a gopher. I'm not going to call him Rowan the Gopher because he's too versatile to just be used as a gopher. But whenever I get somebody that really has an interest in both carrying and tidying, I'm going to make them a gopher. Okay, now schedule-wise, we need to get you on one of the night shifts because you are... This is good. This one works actually. Night shift +4. This is a good place for, where are you at? Oh, I thought you were, I guess it was somebody else I looked at that was a night shift person. Okay, alright, that's fine. So we need to get you a bedroom. We have a little bit of time with which to do it. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's get you a cot, of course. I will be spending less time going at faster speeds for the time being because we're getting closer to the part of the game where I'm less proficient. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Michael, you're not very proficient at all parts of this game. But you know what I'm saying. I'm even less proficient at the part of the game that we're entering now. We want Flower Pot over here as well. Flower Pot. Okay, so he's going to have himself a nice little room. Let's go ahead and prioritize all of this. Get this done. Oh, we got ourselves a hatch over here. How'd you get over here? We got ourselves an egg over here. Well, that's a little problematic. I don't want... I'm starting to get too many... I'm going to sweep you. Starting to get too many eggs. Too many hatches up there. And right here... I want one. Now, hopefully, this is the one that they will pick. Because I'm going to prioritize it. I don't know if that's going to work or not. What's he going to do with that? He is going to drop it down here. Very good. Okay, that's perfect. That's exactly what we wanted. I didn't see a sweep-only option available on here, so I didn't really know whether or not that was going to work. Okay, so back to here. Okay, we've emptied this out, so that's good. We can disable you again. Why is it not running? Pipe blocked. Why is the pipe blocked? Oh, air pressure. Yeah, overpressure. Okay. Fair enough, that's fine. Buddy Bud Seed, yeah, clear that. It's nice to know that we have that, but I'm not too terribly worried about it. This now is polluted oxygen and some natural gas down here. Not too worried about the polluted oxygen because it's going to mostly get converted into real oxygen over here. Attribute increase, that's nice. Ari the Farmer. Okay, so obviously this cot now, here, this, we can go ahead and turn this back. Open that up. We do need to get that tile built, people. We want to turn this bedroom into a morale bonus here. And that means sealing this wall off. There we go. He's coming. Okay. All right, so back to over here. How are we looking here? We are running down here. We're presumably dropping slime off. No. What are we doing? Have we filled this with slime? We do. We have 393 kilograms of slime. Let me... I meant to watch this in action, but let me just make sure nobody's got slime lung right now. So that's good. Here we go. So here's an example. He's picking up slime. He's carrying the slime. He's got... this is Pei, so this is a she. She's carrying the slime down here. She's going to drop it off in our sterilization chamber, where it's very quickly... It's going from 3 million germs. Okay, she's going to do more. They're all three going to be doing this at the same time. Let's go and speed it up a little bit here. Okay, now I'm worried that there's too many of them doing this at the same time, but it's all good. It's all good. If one of them gets slime lung, I'm less worried about that than I am about slime lung germs getting all over the place inside our base. So they probably will start getting slime... Okay, there we go. So she's cleaned herself off. Oh, that's Joshua. Yeah, Joshua has cleaned himself off now as he goes back into the rest of our base. This is Pei continuing to do this. So Pei's a good candidate to wind up with slime lung, I'm afraid. But it's okay as long as she doesn't be... As long as she's not carrying that slime lung into the base and having it spread out over here. Finally, the reason why we built 3 of these is because... Okay, now what's she carrying? She's carrying algae with slime lung. That's another problem, is that the slime lung germs do get on the algae and sometimes other materials as well. So we've just delivered 15,000 slime lung germs into this oxygen diffuser, and you have managed to carry 826. So what we're going to do is we're going to move you into... Where's our bathroom at? Here's our bathroom. We're going to move you into here. And now you're going to wash your hands again, so that's all good. And so that's always the risk, is that they'll pick up slime lung that's not on slime, and then end up kind of spreading it around inside the base because of that. But for starters, I think I like how this is going at this point, because let's take a look here. We've cleared out a fair amount of slime. You can see these slime lung germs are gonna occupy this polluted oxygen environment right here. So that's a little bit of a concern. Let's just focus just on the gas right here. There's some oxygen, but there's a fair amount of polluted oxygen right here. I think what we're going to want to do is maybe get another... we want to try to clear this polluted oxygen. So let's just get another deodorizer going up here for the time being. Don't see any reason to not go ahead and attach it to what's going on down here. You can actually, you can be disabled for the time being, because it has already generated some heat. It has we have an attribute increase. That's good. Cuisine has gone up. That's good. We've generated some heat. We've generated some carbon dioxide. We got plenty of power. Okay, and we've dug up all of the tiles that we had already selected, but we got more to do here, all the way up including this. So this one we can... I'm going to not worry about this right now, actually. Oh, and oh, look at this. We got some... I don't recognize this. This is a critter fluxomatic, collected species data. I've never seen that before, so that's really interesting. I wonder if that is new, or if that has always been in the game, but I just never discovered it before. Either one is possible. If you know the answer, please feel free to put that into the comments below. And also, there's something else that I was thinking about that I was going to ask you guys what your thoughts were, and I don't remember what it was now. So maybe it'll come back to me. So meanwhile, we still have more digging to do here. So let's go ahead and dig. Let's dig this out. That's gonna get this tile. And how do we want it? Well, I need to leave that like that for now. So that's good enough. We'll just keep expanding as we go. Just double check again. So the temperature down here is actually still not great. He requires 35 and he's okay for now, but it's actually still cooling down a little bit over here. Let's check out our slime germs. You can see we were up at what, 3 million, and now we're all the way down to 0. Well, we're at 73, excuse me. We're on our way to 0. And we got room for lots more slime in these storage bins, so that's good. We just want to go ahead and get this functioning. Meanwhile, our food situation coming down a little bit, which is to be expected because we have a 10th. We need a flower pot. My goodness, Michael, what are you doing here? We need a flower pot over here. Poor who is this? Poor Ari the farmer hasn't had a flower pot in his room. Disaster. Okay, let's get this wire built here, guys. There we go. Looks like they're doing it. Okay, so we've got that dug out. Now we can go ahead and dig this out as well. We'll just slowly start working our way down here. Okay, we got our deodorizer ready for some sand, and then it should start functioning. There we go. Looks like Rowan the Versatile here is bringing some sand. Okay, let me come down back here to the volcano. You're idle, but you're not dormant. Okay. I don't want to open you up while you're active. I want to play the long game with our volcano. And get him analyzed. Have we finished the analysis up here? We have. Okay, so it's going to be 40 cycles before he starts erupting again. So that's good to know. We have no research focus. Since we're not doing any more analysis of objects, we can now go back to our regularly scheduled research. Looks like generic sensors is up next. Okay. Now, so this is functioning. This is converting our polluted oxygen over here into oxygen. I'm going to add one more now that that's up there. Let's go ahead and do another deodorizer right here. Shouldn't take very long to add. Oops, this one. Now this is temporary. I'm not going to keep this one. I'm going to keep this one here for a long time, but this one's just until this gets cleared out. Okay, keeping an eye on our calories here because we're doing okay. We have a cushion here of 60,000, but we're probably in a net negative situation right now. Our morale, Ashkin the scientist is at 26%. This is, if he gets above 30, then he's going to use a massage table. That's fine. This polluted oxygen situation here is fine. It's just keeping these busy. That works for me. What are these? What's this error message saying? Storage unavailable. Oh, just for the clay. Is the clay here... Does it have germs? It does. Alright, Clay, I'm going to let you sit there for now. That's fine. Okay, so how are we doing up here on the polluted oxygen? We're slowly clearing this out. This one's going to be doing some good work for the foreseeable future. Now, we have more slime here to dig out. We're going to go left to right, up to down. So let's go ahead and clear out this. And then we can pick up this slime over here that we weren't able to... I thought there was slime, but it looks like it's algae instead. Is that algae covered in... No, that algae's good. I thought there was some slime that dropped down into the water here, but I guess not. It's all good. We can actually, while I'm thinking about it, we can let this polluted water drop down to here. That works for me. Sure, again, I'm just going to keep doing this periodically until I'm comfortable that we're doing this at an okay pace. We do have some slime along here on the ladder, which is interesting, but it's not very much. I'm not too panicked about it. We still have not gotten slime along with Pei the Digger. That's interesting. And this is Rowan the Versatile. Okay. Alright, seems to be going okay for now. Now, I know that there's got to be more efficient ways to deal with the slime, but I'm content with what we're doing right now. I think it's going to be the slow but sure method, which is how I like to learn, you know? Because this is half of this playthrough is me just really learning what's good ways to go about doing things. And I don't like, by the way, I have no problem with other people who do it, and I know that there's a lot of value in doing it, but I don't like to just let smarter people figure it all out and post a video, and then I watch a guide and I just copy their guide. To me, it's just less fun than it is for me to kind of figure things out on my own. So that's why I do it the way that I do it. So we got our research done here. Let's go ahead now and maybe work our way up this next row of research. From the, we'll go from the bottom up because none of it's really a priority right now. Oops, I didn't realize I had paused. Okay. So we're done with composting everything, so that's good to know. Our morale has, or I'm sorry, our stress has actually come down, so that's good to know. Our food situation is not out of control. We've got extra blossom seeds available now if and when we need them. And we got our base opening up here a little bit. We got rid of some of the polluted water, just let it flow down there. We do have some fish down here, which is good. Fish is very tasty. We could start adding them to our diet. Our polluted oxygen situation here, this is not going as fast as I had hoped. Now, part of it is because the polluted water is going to keep producing more polluted oxygen, so that's a bit of a, I don't want to say a concern exactly, but it's a factor that we need to be thinking about. I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to build down a ladder down here. I'm going to open this up. Let some polluted oxygen from down here flow up to here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put another deodorizer here for the time being. And we need to get this. No, we don't need to get this turned back on. This is really quite slow, the speed at which we are going through power down here. As long as the slickster down here, it's just barely above 35 degrees. Frankie the Rancher and a skill point. Okay. Improved carrying. Can we... Well... That would be 14. That would be our highest requirement. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to leave us at 12. I'm going to cap it at 12 for the time being. There's no desperate need for him to have that next skill in carrying. I do need to figure out a way to get some more heat in here. There's a... pausing for a second because I need to find it. Is it a utility maybe? Space heater. What does this use? Space heater will radiate heat for as long as it's powered. And how big is it? Let's go ahead and use copper. I don't see why not. Okay. If we put a space heater right here, we got obviously lots of power capacity for. How much does it use? I didn't even pay attention to that. Let's go ahead and prioritize it, in fact. Oops. Space heater 6, okay. Where was it? It was under utilities. Space heater, if I were to put another one, it doesn't tell me. Okay, I'm going to have to wait until it's built. Actually, I might be able to tell if I look at properties. No. Nope, doesn't tell me until it's built. Okay. Which should be imminent. Okay. Doing okay over here. How's our germ situation in here? 84,000, but it's slowly ticking down. That's fine. What's wrong here? Body temperature. Oh, our temperature's a bit of an issue over here now. That's good to know. I'm glad I noticed that. All right, so we need to be concerned about temperatures starting to creep into our base. It's not that big of a deal from a bedroom perspective, but obviously the flower pot is being affected. So actually let's not do this right here. Let's do it right here. We want our base sealed. Sealed off. All this is fine. All that is fine. We'll figure out a way to cool it down. I'm not going to worry too much that this is not exactly the same dimensions as all these other rooms. I'm going to be rearranging these bedrooms long term anyway, so it's fine. I just want to start getting the heat under control here. I want to do it up here as well. And what that means, do I need to do it up here as well? Yes, I do. What that means is we're going to define everything within the insulated tile as sort of the core part of our base, and we're going to try to keep it relatively cool. Now here we've got plenty of sandstone already available to us. We have pinch pepper seed. That's a possibility. I don't think I want to take on any more dupes right now. 10 is plenty. I had no idea. Rock fan. It's the first time I've ever seen this one before. Gains attribute bonuses during meteor showers. Very interesting. And he's actually got suit wearing, which is a good one for what we want down the road. Abe would be a good all-around dupe, quite frankly. But I don't want another dupe at this point. Don't need another dupe. Take the pinch of pepper seeds, and the printing pod will need time to recharge if I reject these printables. Oh no, I wanted to print them. Okay, there we go. All right, pause for a second. I forgot to do priorities for Rowan the Versatile. So we do want him, now he's versatile, so we want him to kind of doing everything, but we do want him to focus on tidying and supplying and storing. Sorry about that, I had to take another sip of coffee. And I believe we also want him to do farming, right? Yes, we want him to be able to do farming as well, although it's not a priority. Okay. Alright. Das ist gut. Das ist sehr gut. And how are we doing here? We have 9 critters, so this is going to be cramped. What about here? Cramped as well. Okay. Let's take... Actually, I'm fine with being cramped for the time being because we don't need more hatches than what we've got. What's our coal situation looking like? 16 tons. Well, you know... 16 tons is actually not as much as I was expecting it to be, but it's fine. We can very easily increase the volume of hatches when we need to. For now, I'm okay capping it. We'll build another, maybe another couple of hatch. What are they called? Ooh, you guys are trapped now. I didn't do that very well, did I? Dagnabbit. I think it's safe right now to go ahead and dig out, to deconstruct that. And let them come out this way. I see no real concern for gases escaping. Currently, are you guys idle? Yeah, you're idle. There we go, okay. Now you can get out. And now I can go ahead and put that tile back. Nicole the chef taking a narcoleptic nap, I presume, right? He is the one with narcolepsy, is he not? Narcoleptic, yep, okay. Very good. Alright. How are we looking here? We can probably... Yeah, so we've brought more polluted oxygen up here for these guys to do their thing on, so that's fine. We can now go ahead and start continuing to dig out this area here. I think we got our slime and slime lung situation under control. The space heater now, how much is it? 120? Okay, so that's no problem. And it's producing enough heat to keep this above 35 degrees, so that's good. That's good. We're getting a little bit of oil, slowly but surely. Going to be a while before we can really start making lots of plastic, but that's fine. I didn't even mention the Dreco farm. I need a Dreco ranch set up as well. I kind of let that slip my mind here in the early going. Oh, you, I need to turn you off. I need you to be, Okay, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and we're going to do a bunch of eggs for the time being. We're going to make a bunch of omelets. Okay, research complete. That's good. Pay the digger. Earned a skill point. So, pay the digger. You are at 10. We can go ahead and give you crop tending. You're at 12 now. That's as high as I want you to go. Now what was I talking about right before I got distracted by pay the digger? Dagnabbit, I have already forgotten. Okay, how are we looking over here? See, we got polluted oxygen, and the slime lung does thrive in this polluted oxygen, so we don't want to let this get out of control. That's why we want all this converted to oxygen. Try to keep the slime lung from filtering out into the main part of our base, which so far is doing okay. We're pretty much restricting it here, so that's good. I could also, quite frankly, put a mechanized airlock right here. So if it does start to fill up in this area as well, it won't immediately be able to get into our base. And this being an oxygenated environment right now, attribute increase, always good. Athletics, okay, always good. This being an oxygenated environment, the slime lung in the air will slowly decrease over time. So it's just another way to kind of slow down the trickle of slime lung finding its way into our base. Heat down here. Okay, I'm just going to let that keep running until this gets up to a nice... I could actually tell you what I could do. I could put a... we could do some automation here. So let's take a... there's got to be a temperature, a thermosensor right here. Let's build a thermosensor right here. And let's build an automation wire from here to here. For now, this is all temporary, but it's fine for now. And all we're going to do is we're going to say, whenever this is below, let's say, 38 degrees, we'll let that space heater keep running. Okay, so I'm liking this. Our oxygen's starting to fill up here. So that's good. Slime lung. Even in an oxygenated environment, it doesn't go down real quickly. Well, actually, I take that back. It looks like it's kind of reliably going down, so that's good. We got slime lung and all this clay, so that's a concern. That's why I'm not allowing clay to be stored anywhere. I'll tell you what I can do. Actually, don't know why I didn't think of this before. Where is clay? Clay is going to be under... What is clay under? I'm going to have to check everything now because I don't remember where... There it is. Really? Clay is cultivatable? I guess it is. I guess it is. Okay, so that's good. So our clay now will all get deposited down here with the slime, which is good because clay is going to be accumulating slime lung germs. Okay, so Ari now. Ari, the farmer, you must be one of my newest. Yeah, you can tell it's been too long since I had played because I didn't realize that he was so unskilled. Okay, very good. Meanwhile, everything kind of looks like it's going, you know, the rest of our base going smoothly enough now. In terms of our... You guys are not cramped anymore. You guys are not cramped anymore. We've got 7 critters in there. We've got 5 critters in there. Okay, very good. That works for me. They'll start laying eggs again very soon. And meanwhile, we've built up some omelet capacity. Okay, so now we want you to send a green signal if below 38 degrees. So it should now be sending, yep, it's sending a green signal and the space heater is running. The temperature in here right now is at 36.5 degrees. Slickster likes that. It's all good. It's all good. This, I don't remember. Was this going to be where I wanted to put the oil? I don't remember. Okay, so we're slowly building up this storage bin, so... Ooh, you need to get turned back on. Need to remember that. Okay, so I could also now have the... Actually, let me do this. I'm going to deconstruct this battery. And I'm going to replace that battery with a smart battery. And then here, I'm going to go ahead and do more storage bins for the time being. Lots of room to store the slime. Okay, so you're running now. Somebody want to finish deconstructing, please? Thank you. Okay, power. It's always threw me that the smart battery is actually over here under power instead of under automation, but it's fine. I could see putting it in either place. Don't remember what I built those for. No idea. Germs are looking okay. The nice thing is we have these floral scent germs, which also help to push out the slime lung germs, because you can only have one type of germ. Well, actually, I don't know if it's that you can only have one type of germ in each tile, or if it only displays one type of germ. That would make more sense, actually. Let's go ahead and do an automation wire here, and let this run whenever yeah, I mean, we want it to run most of the time, quite frankly, so this is going to send a green signal whenever this is below 90%. I think that's what that's going to do. No automation wire connected, of course. Looks like somebody's about ready to build it. Wow, we're coming up in an hour already. I never quite accomplished as much as I hoped to at the start of each episode, but it's all good. Game is so much fun. Really is. Okay, so now we're automated. It is sending... Why is it not telling me whether or not... Well, we can see right here it's sending a green signal. Once it is building up. Once it gets to, what, 18... Right here, it's at 18, and it stops sending a green signal. Very good. Okay, that's what we want. Sure enough. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and copy settings to all of you. I don't see why not. Idleness 3. We have 3 idle dupes, do we really? Wow, I need to pay more attention to that. Okay, so that means we can obviously do more digging up here. Let me just take a look at our at our slime lung situation here. Let's just go ahead and keep digging that out. Actually, I don't see any reason to not just go ahead and dig all that. And what about here? I want to dig this like so. I don't want to dig this out because I want the polluted oxygen to have to come up and past these, whatchamacallits, those deodorizers for now. So we got that. We still need more work for our dupes, however. That means we haven't picked up all the debris. That means there's no place to put these. Our storage bins are full. That's why they're idle. No problem then. Let's just go ahead and copy settings from here and apply them over here. And quite frankly, we can do another one over here as well. Let's go ahead and turn this into a nice little hallway. And we're not doing any research. I need to do that. Okay. Alright, nobody's idle. That's good. That's okay, I'd rather be idle than starving. Our food situation looking pretty good. This is Ari the farmer. Oh, I just noticed a big problem. Right here, I need to be able to actually get... In fact, let's prioritize this. We need to be able to get out of here. And quite frankly, I think I'm just going to put an airflow tile there because I don't like them having to jump. You're idle, right? Because you're trapped. Just for the moment. Unreachable food. There we go. Alright, now we can go eat. Wash your hands. Don't forget to wash your hands, buddy. There we go. Very good. We actually have germs in the wash basin itself. Don't guess that's a big deal, but I'm not exactly sure how that happened. What I don't need to be doing, I can do this. I can turn off, I can disable disinfect down here because these guys are automatically being disinfected because they're in a chlorine-rich environment. Okay, and then, yep, okay. Everybody's continuing to keep their hands clean before they... Oh, what's he carrying? He's carrying polluted water with slime lung. That's a problem. Actually, it's going to work out okay, though, because we have more wash basins right here. And he's going to wash his hand. Lindsay, she is going to wash her hands right there. Okay. It's all good. It's all good. How did we get polluted water with slime lung? That I don't really fully understand. But then there's lots of times in this games where I have to admit I don't fully understand. Okay, we've got all this taken care of. Let's just continue to do our thing here. Oh, we're up over an hour now. Okay, all right. So, I think things are looking pretty good now. We've got our plan in place. It seems to be at least reasonably effective for getting rid of the slime. We're keeping the slime lung germs out of our base. We're slowly going to work our way through all of the slime down here, and then we've got lots more to go through. We've got a place to put it. We've got a plan. We've automated the space heater here for the slickster. So this is, again, not a permanent home for him. I'm going to rework all of this, but for now, we don't have to worry about him dying. He does have... Uh-oh. He doesn't have... Okay, before I forget, I gotta do this. I have got to get this chlorine gas out of here. We are going to have to take a moment here. Ooh, drywall. Prevents gas and liquid loss in space. Oh, I'm going to have to think about that. All right, so we need a gas pipe. We need to run this to here. We need a... what am I looking at? Gas filter. We need to run a gas filter here. Turn this around like so. We want the chlorine gas, and we've got polluted oxygen down in here too. Yikes. Okay. We actually need pumps everywhere here. Yowza. Okay. Okay. I want the non-chlorine to get pumped up here and released here. I want the chlorine to get released where? I need... Are we overpressure here? I'm afraid that we're going to be overpressure down here. Well, I guess we're going to have to open up. We're going to have to open up the area to be a little bit bigger here. Okay, so we're going to have to dig out these tiles, deconstruct, and then we're going to dig out. In fact, let's deconstruct this whole wall. Deconstruct from a heat standpoint. It's fine. We don't mind this being hot down here. We want to dig those tiles out. We want to go ahead and then just open up that much, I suppose. And then we are going to want a gas pipe. Out to here. And the gas vent like this. Okay, so that's good enough for now. This is going to be the first thing that we're going to have to do at the beginning of the next episode. Oh, we need to power it. Okay, all of this needs power. All very, very scuffy looking, but it's fine. Okay, and then I want to prioritize building all of this. Okay, so that's going to be the first thing that we do at the beginning of the next episode, which I promise will not take as long for the next episode as this one took. We need to figure out a way to cool things down a little bit over here. It's not super high priority, but it's unappealing to have that flower pot, that bluff briar, not be able to flourish. Other than that, things are going fairly well. Okay, fairly well. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and leave it there, but thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.